welcome back to my channel. Today we will be discussing Russia's mega quake, all the concepts involving this earthquake. So on July 30th, 2025, an 8.8 magnitude earthquake struck off the Kamchatka Peninsula, Russia, near Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands. Type was subduction zone Megathrust. We will be talking about this later on. Depth was approximately 20 kilometers. So this is the Kamchatka Peninsula, and this is the Petropavlovsk Kamchatka and the Kuril Islands. This was the epicenter. So its epicenter was roughly 120 kilometers southeast of the city at a depth of 20 kilometers beneath the sea floor. This event marks the strongest quake in the region since the catastrophic 1952, and only 5 earthquakes were stronger than Kamchatka since 1900. Chile 1960, Alaska 1964, Russia 1952 was 9 Richters, Sumatra, Japan, and then Kamchatka in 2025. Why here? You can see here in this image, there are 2 plates, the Okhotsk microplate and the Pacific plate. So it's a subduction zone where the Pacific plate dives beneath the North American or the Okhotsk microplate. This type of quake is called a megathrust earthquake, resulting from long stored stress being released when the fault ruptures over hundreds of kilometers, causing massive slip in just minutes. The pressure builds up until sudden slip, and it is part of the ring of fire. So this Kamchatka Peninsula is considered land of fire and ice. It's famous for volcanoes and lies within the ring of fire, Pacific Ring of Fire, a region of frequent seismic activity. We will be also discussing Ring of Fire. Now the peninsula includes Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, a port city protected partly by Avasha Bay and the nearby Kuril Islands, especially Severlo-Kursk, which experienced flooding from the tsunami. Despite the quake's enormity, no deaths were reported. A few injuries occurred, including during evacuations and at a damaged kindergarten. Tsunami waves of 3 to 5 meters hit parts of Kamchatka and the Kurils, and there were heavy floodings in a fish processing plant and ports. Warnings and evacuations were issued across the Pacific, reaching Japan, Hawaii, the US West Coast, Chile and others, but no major damage occurred far out to sea. In Petropavlovsk, Kamchatka, surgeons calmly continued a critical operation during the tremor. The patient survived. Experts credited strong infrastructure, education and early warning systems, especially the Pacific Tsunami Warning Center, for preventing a disaster. While damage was limited, although the quake was massive, the vertical displacement of the sea floor was lower than expected, so the resulting tsunami waves were smaller than feared. The epicenter's depth, which was approximately 20 kilometers, reduced surface shaking effects, and most nearby areas are sparsely populated. It is believed that aftershock will continue to occur, and experts caution that it can go up to 6 to 7 magnitude. There were some foreshocks on July 20th, but reliable prediction of exact timing remains impossible. This region is part of a known earthquake cycle with recurrence intervals of decades. The part of fault that ruptured in 1952 and 2025 may still pose seismic risk. Now let's first understand what are these plates. So tectonic plates are large, rigid pieces of Earth's outer layer, the lithosphere. They move slowly over the softer asthenosphere underneath. They cause earthquakes, volcanoes, mountain formation and ocean trench formation. There are 7 major tectonic plates and many microplates. These are Pacific plate, North American plate, Eurasian plate, African plate, South American plate, Antarctic plate and Indo-Australian plate. Here is the image of the plates. So these plates are floating. They are not stable. They are floating. They keep moving. Why? Because of the convection currents in the mantle. These movements are slow but powerful. These plates can move apart, push together or slide past each other, and because of these movements there are different kinds of plate boundaries. When plates move apart, they are called divergent plates, such as mid-Atlantic ridge. They create ridge when they move apart. Convergent plate, because they converge, they move towards each other. And because of this movement, mountains are created such as Himalayas, Japan Trench. And third is the transform plate boundary. The plates slide past each other such as San Andreas Fault. Why are tectonic plates important? These tectonic plates explain many of Earth's surface features such as earthquakes, volcanoes, mountain ranges, oceanic trenches. Because of these tectonic plate movements, earthquakes occur. Now, in this Russia mega quake, two plates in the subduction zone have moved past each other. What is a subduction zone? A subduction zone is where two tectonic plates meet and one slides beneath the other. What has happened here? Here the denser oceanic plate has dived under the lighter continental plate. Sometimes denser oceanic plate dives under another oceanic plate. This process creates deep ocean trenches and volcanic arcs. How megathrust earthquakes occur. At subduction zone, plates often get stuck due to friction. This leads to buildup of stress over years or centuries. When the plates finally slip, the stored energy is released as a massive earthquake called a megathrust. What are the features of megathrust earthquakes? These are extremely powerful. Magnitude is often more than 8.0 Richters. They occur at convergent subduction boundaries. They can last several minutes and often trigger tsunamis if under the ocean. Real examples of megathrust earthquakes: 2004 Indian Ocean earthquake, magnitude was 9.1 Richters. 2011 Japan earthquake, magnitude was 9.0 Richters. And now Kamchatka Peninsula, frequent megathrust activity goes on here. This is the picture of the subduction zone. This oceanic crust, which is the part of the Pacific plate, and this is the continental crust. The Pacific plate went under the North American plate, causing the earthquake. Now let's come to the Ring of Fire zone. This Kamchatka Peninsula is part of the Ring of Fire. What is this Ring of Fire in Pacific? The Ring of Fire is a horseshoe-shaped zone around the edges of the Pacific Ocean where many earthquakes and volcanic eruption occur. So this is the Ring of Fire. It forms kind of loop. It includes parts of Western North America, California, Alaska, South America, Chile and Peru, Japan, Indonesia, Philippines, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea. And it is located at tectonic plate boundaries. Because of this is a zone of frequent earthquakes. The plates collide and one slides under another. The subduction zone. This creates pressure, melts rock and causes earthquakes, volcanoes, tsunamis. Some interesting facts: 75% of Earth's active volcanoes are in the Ring of Fire. 90% of earthquakes happen here. Famous volcanoes are Mount Fuji in Japan, Mount St. Helens, USA and Krakatoa in Indonesia. The Ring of Fire is one of the most geologically active zones on Earth, formed by moving tectonic plates. It's home to many volcanoes and earthquakes. It's shaped like a ring around the Pacific Ocean, like this. So, Alaska, North America, South America, Indonesia, Japan. This is called Ring of Fire zone because located on the boundaries of tectonic plates. So the key takeaways are: megathrust earthquakes occur at subduction zone and can be among the most powerful on Earth. The earthquake was of big magnitude, but magnitude is one thing, vertical sea floor movement is another. Good planning and warning system saves life. Education, infrastructure and global coordination made a big difference here. Earthquakes are not predictable in timing. Even if we know where stress builds up, scientists can't yet say exactly when a quake will strike. I hope we discussed everything. If anything was left behind, please mention in the comment section. And for more such videos, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.